Hey guys, Andrea. So this video is going to be Q&A about frizz. Frizz on curly hair. A lot of people define it as something bad. I don't really. It's not always bad. It's the nature of curly hair. Sometimes you do want that little frizz to make you look more natural and more beautiful. It's just effortless. I just think it's beautiful. Too much of a good thing could be bad. That's how I see frizz. I don't see frizz as completely 100% bad. But I'm going to tell you guys some tips of how to avoid frizz, right? You know when you wash your hair in the shower, right? And when you're done, for you guys who don't give your hair cold rinse is amazing for frizz, by the way. Cold rinse can also lay the cuticle of your hair. I always say this. Lay the cuticle of your hair flat, because, you know, when you're cold, the cuticle of your hair lays down just like when you're cold, you get a towel or a jacket and you like close up. Same thing with your hair. So it lays your hair flat and the light reflects off that flat surface of your hair, making your hair shinier and less frizzy, right? So yes, cold rinse is always essential. And by the way, after, like I was saying, out of the shower, it's usually steamy in the bathroom, right? Avoid staying in that temperature, avoid staying in that climate. In the bathroom is kind of moist. It actually causes your hair to be more frizzy, okay? I'm not telling you to run out of there. I'm just saying don't style your hair while the bathroom is still steamy, okay? Because your hair, it's going to tend to open up and try to catch the moisture in the air, and sometimes that's not good. Like when your hair is straightened, right, and you're outside and it's not raining anymore, it was just raining but still humid in the air and your hair tends to be bigger. Yes, same concept. Third tip with frizz, dry your hair with a cotton material. I use my curly towel. Use a t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt. Do not use a towel ever. Towels have those, you know, towels not really flat, has those hairs that usually tend to pull all your little single hairs and make it frizzier. So don't dry your hair with towels. I never ever dry my hair with towels. I might have a towel over my shoulders to keep myself from getting wet, soaking wet or anything when my hair is wet, whatever, for tutorial or really quick, something like that. But I will never like get a towel and just go and dry my hair with it. No, get a cotton shirt or use the curly towel, which I love. I had mine and for a while now, and it's really good, really useful. When it's a rainy day, usually apply more conditioner than you would on normal days. Yes, apply more conditioner. Actually keeps your hair more moisturized and there's more product in it, so your hair won't feel the need of grabbing the moisture out of the hair. Another one that's very simple. When your hair is drying up, if you use gels or whatever you're using to style your hair while it's drying, if you air dry, do not touch your hair. Even when I dry my hair, I usually, if I do touch my hair to like avoid the hair from going everywhere, I usually keep it at a steady pace. I do not just go crazy or touch the hair really much. It's really giving the hair something to lay on while it's drying, but I don't ever like keep going like that while my hair is drying, because that's the process where it's really defining on how your hair is going to be, how the results are going to be. So do not keep touching your hair while it's drying, because that can cause a lot of frizz. What if you're about to go on a date? Not only dates, it could be a prom, it could be a going out with your friends, it could be anything, but you don't want your hair to stay frizzy. You don't want your hair to get frizzy, right? The thing you can do, you can get a silk scarf, get a spray bottle, add some water, add some gel, dilute it, right? And spray it on that silk scarf. Spray all over the silk scarf. And then get the silk scarf, put it on your hair and tie it in the back. And that usually keeps the hair at the top with no frizz, keeps that frizz, the flyaways down, and it helps a lot. So yeah, that's another tip for you guys who are really waiting, you know, time for your date, or you're waiting to go out with your friends. It's a great tip to like keep your hair controlled while you're waiting. Right, so what about static? How can I avoid my hair from becoming really static? That doesn't really happen with curly hair. It usually goes towards straight hair, you know, static, when, you know, your hair is like flying away and flying, really flying away. Curly hair don't usually have static problems, but if you do, get a paper towel, get some gel. Yes, gels. Good, there are good gels out there, guys. Get it wet, put some gel in it, and then craze it over your top layers of your hair. That will keep your hair from getting static, and just put it just over the top. That's it. What about at the end of the day when you don't want hair on your face? Like, this is the most hair it will get on my face. I have bangs, like side bangs. Yeah, my hair needs a haircut. I'll probably do it on camera. But yeah, this is the most hair on my face that I have. But sometimes I don't want the hair on my face. All you gotta do, if you don't want hair on your face and you don't want to cause your hair to have frizz and you don't want to put in a ponytail and cause that mark right in the middle of your hair, I hate that. Get a few strands of your hair, probably an inch of hair, and then from both sides, and then tie your hair in the back. Just put one knot, and then with that same knot that you did your hair with, the same strand left on both sides, Go again under your hair, give it a tie. Over again, give it a tie, and then go over again in the bottom and give it a tie. And it will not make your hair tangly. It will not tangle your hair and make it stuck or anything like that, because you kept going once each on the top and on the bottom until there's no more hair left. And then with the rest, you just roll it around the actual headband that you created, right? And your hair will also not have, that's how you're not going to keep that mark with, you know, the elastics make that mark once you put your hair in a ponytail, in a low ponytail, high, whatever. That will actually give a very loose ponytail, I would say. But yeah, just keep your hair out of your face. That's a very great idea, because your hair will not cause that mark on your head. Let's go for one more question. Why are the ends of my hair drier than, you know, the other parts, right? The ends of your hair are the oldest parts. Actually, the longer your hair is, the drier your hair can be. Usually, if your hair is long, the longer your hair is, your hair gets access to more stuff, right? It gets access to your clothing, especially when your hair is shoulder length. It's able to touch your clothing, and your clothes usually suck all the moisture out of it. You know, your hair is touching your scarf, is usually getting tangled up in the handle of your bags. So in your coat, especially during the winter time, you usually wear more clothes during the winter time. Your hair gets access to more of those clothing, and you're also using clothes like rough, with a rough texture. That also contributes to how dry your hair is. It rubs on that rough texture. It makes it more drier and less shiny, and usually could cause split ends, right? But you don't realize that. You usually do that on a daily basis. You usually have to, obviously in winter days, use your jacket to go out, stuff like that, or your scarf, and that's when your hair gets access to more dryness factors, right? They usually touch and they suck the moisture out of it. That's why it's always really, really good to get a nice trim off your ends at the end of the winter time. And also don't forget to keep moisturizing your ends with silicone-free, sulfate-free, you know, very moisturizing conditioners that will really help, and masks that's really good. Focus on the ends. Like I said, ends are the oldest part of your hair. Man, you need patience with curly hair. Guys, this is it. I just wanted to make this sweet and short. Hope you guys understood. I hope I went really in depth with the questions, curly hair questions, right? And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye. No.